Welcome back. History's taking flight as America prepares to celebrate her 250th anniversary. This week, the Freedom plane took off from the nation's capital, headed to 8 cities across the country, bringing U.S. history directly to Americans. The National Archives' Boeing 737 jet is carrying 7 founding documents, including the Treaty of Paris and a rare draft of the Constitution. Joining me now, the National Archives Foundation Chairman and President and former Secretary of Transportation, Rodney Slater. Rodney, great to have you this weekend. Thanks so much for being here. Tell us about this flight and what's on it.
Well, thank you, and it's a joy to be on your program, your show, and to have an opportunity to talk about this effort. It's really commemorating the 250th anniversary of the nation. One of many activities that will be held, but this one is unique in that it's actually taking documents from the archives out into the public. As you noted, there will be 8 locations over the course of 7 or so months, and it's in keeping with the spirit of the Freedom Train that was introduced during the bicentennial. And there again, the objective is to just take the documents closer to the people so that you have those who are outside of Washington, D.C. enjoying this wonderful experience of seeing the original documents firsthand. And I see that you just put up a list of the locations. The first stop was Kansas City, Missouri, and we've had a program commemorating the inaugural here. And then the documents will be here for a number of weeks and move on to the next location, which is Atlanta, Georgia. And then Los Angeles, Houston, Denver, Miami, Dearborn, Michigan, and Seattle, Washington, finally.
I just love it. You know, I went to the Oval Office recently, and I saw President Trump, and he's got the Declaration of Independence on the wall, and it gave me such chills. Tell us about the uniqueness of those documents that are on that jet in terms of how many there are, if there are copies, or if that is because I know that there were copies made of the Declaration of Independence, correct?
There were. There's some disagreement about it, but there are roughly 30 or so of those 1823 replicas. You have the original document that's in Washington, D.C. at the National Archives, but then you have the other 1823 replicas that have now probably the estimated number is roughly 30 or so still in existence. When they were originally printed, there was a batch of about 200. They were given to those surviving members of the signers of the Declaration, some key elected officials, and a few others. So they were in circulation for a significant period of time, but now the thought is that there are probably less than around 30 or so still in circulation.
How wonderful. I am so looking forward to taking a look at some of these documents. Thank you very much for all that you're doing as we celebrate America's wonderful birthday of 250 years. Rodney, thank you. Good to have you this weekend.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We will see you soon. Rodney Slater.